Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Bianca, and I'm just someone who is looking to explore topics relating to personal development, entrepreneurship, culture, psychology, and many more. Over the last summer, I have had the privilege of interning at a venture capital firm in my hometown, which is Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And that got me to think, rather than writing that long, um, I'm just gonna say the long obnoxious post on LinkedIn saying that, I have successfully completed this internship at this place, blah 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 blah. Perhaps it would be a better idea for me to share my learning takeaways from this internship because who knows, perhaps there could be some merits or from certain parts of my learning takeaways that could be of value to you in some way or another. So to keep things simple, venture capital, you can just see it as a form of financing where investors put their money into startups that they believe to have high growth potential. And this will be in exchange for what we call equity, which basically means some ownership in the startup that they have invested in. And as you may know, startups are just super risky to the extent that succeeding is more of an exception rather than the norm. So, with the risk being so high, you can expect VCs to anticipate that most of their investment is going to fail. But the fun part is, if they actually manage to spot the next Google or Facebook or even Airbnb, they could actually earn exceptional returns on their investment, even if 90% of the other companies they have invested in fail. In my case, the venture capital firm that I interned at invests into early stage technology startups that operate in Southeast Asia and China. So I spend a lot of my time actually trying to help my team to basically determine whether this startup that came to pitch to us is worth betting on or not. On that note, being a successful venture capitalist really boils down to an individual's ability to make good investments. So during my internship, I actually noticed a number of qualities that actually separates the best investors from the rest. And funnily enough, I actually believe that these qualities are actually extremely applicable to other aspects of anyone's life, regardless of whether you are trying to build better relationships with your friends or even your partner, or if you want to launch a successful startup, or if you just hope to live a much more fulfilling life. And today, I would like to share 3 of them with you. To get started with the first one, some of the best investors out there are those who are fundamentally shameless enough to just ask questions consistently. And this is basically called being curious, and it's quite a great trait to have because it helps you to learn and understand and basically assess what lies beyond your personal knowledge boundary. And from there, you can constantly update your mental model of the world so that in future you are able to make more educated decisions, as well as discovering new possibilities or even something that could surprise you. Number 2, a great investor needs to keep an open mind and to always remain humble. Interestingly, during the first week of my internship, my supervisor actually told me that you are an accumulation of all the founders you have met. To better understand what he meant by this, let's take a moment to read what Sam Jones, who is the founder of a UK-based startup called Generate Ads, and he was actually called the best pitcher on Dragon's Den, and what he just has to say about securing investments. So here's what he wrote on his LinkedIn page a while back. Understand that you're not there singing for your supper. Never stand hat in hand asking for money. That's the quickest way to turn someone off. Instead, you must believe that you're sharing a secret with the investor. You're telling them that an opportunity that they are not aware of. And you're pulling away the curtains and unveiling a hidden truth that's been in front of their eyes all along. And if they're lucky, you might be willing to invite them on the journey with you. Based on the statement, it shouldn't be too difficult for you to figure that a venture capitalist actually enjoys a unique privilege. And this privilege is that they get to meet startup founders each day and potentially get access to exclusive industry secrets or insights that a random person may not have had the chance to learn about, not even through the internet. For that reason, an excellent investor would need to be open to different ideas and opinions and be super willing to listen to others, because there's always something that you can learn from each person that you meet. So you gotta just leave your ego at home if you have to, because really, you can never be 100% certain on what lies around the corner. And I'll put it this way, missing out on investing in a good startup is far worse than investing in one bad startup. The next point I'd like to share echoes a phrase that Austin Kleon mentioned in his book Show Your Work, and that is, do good work and share it with others. Interning at a venture capital firm made me realize that, just like many other industries, VC is a people business. To phrase things in a different way, there are just many startups out there for you to potentially invest into. But the key question is, how can you attract the good startups to come to you? So this brings me to say that the best investors out there are actually not those who reduce their startup to pitch decks or see their decision to reject or proceed with the investment opportunity as a be-all and end-all of their engagement with the startup founders. Instead, they would actually go the extra mile to brainstorm what are the key driving factors or success factors for the startup, and to actually just share some actionable insights with the founders. This is something that's actually super important to practice day to day, because good startups would usually involve experienced founders who would definitely want investors that are actually able to add value to them besides financial value. So the trick is to be that investor. Over time, I would like to believe that what goes around comes around. I mean, if you think about it, if you were helpful to someone once, chances are that they will remember you for it and therefore be much more compelled to work with you or even help you further down the line in the future. In other words, knowing the right people is one factor, but being helpful to them is the true secret sauce. And further down the line in life, people and opportunities will come to you. Unexpected doors could open for you. With that said, I hope that this sharing session has been insightful for you. There are definitely many other learning takeaways that I have had during my internship, which I did not share in this video. So if you feel like that is something you would like me to talk more about, feel free to comment down below and I may potentially make a video about it. Till then, please like and subscribe. I will thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!